Every third bite of food you take, you owe to a bee. Astonishing, isn't it? Yes, it's true. Bees, those tiny buzzing creatures that we often take for granted, are responsible for a significant portion of the food we consume daily. They're not merely honey producers but vital pollinators, acting as indispensable links in the chain of life. Bees are, in fact, the unsung heroes of our planet. They tirelessly flutter from flower to flower, transferring pollen, aiding in plant reproduction and in turn contributing to the growth of fruits, vegetables, and nuts. This process, known as pollination, is a fundamental function in the survival and propagation of most plant life, including a vast majority of the crops that form our global food supply. Imagine a world without bees. It would be a place with fewer fruits and vegetables, decreased biodiversity, and ultimately, an unstable ecosystem. The reality is, without bees, our plates would look drastically different, and not for the better. Now you might be wondering why we're bringing this up. It's because the value of these tiny pollinators often goes unnoticed. They're more than just insects buzzing around flowers. They're essential players in our ecosystem, and understanding their role and importance is the first step towards appreciating and protecting them. So, if you like what you're hearing and you're curious to learn more about these fascinating creatures, remember to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're constantly uploading content that sheds light on the wonders of our natural world. And we'd love for you to join us on this enlightening journey. So, do you think you know the value of bees? Stay tuned, because we're just getting started. When you think of bees, you probably think of honey, but they contribute to our world in ways far more significant than just honey. Bees are unheralded heroes of nature. They are the unsung pollinators, the diligent workers who play a pivotal role in the life cycle of many plants, but their importance extends beyond the sweet nectar they produce. Let's start with the basics. Bees are the most prolific pollinators on Earth. This isn't just a fancy title. When bees flit from flower to flower collecting nectar, they transfer pollen from the male parts of a flower to the female parts. This allows plants to fruit and reproduce. In fact, over 70% of the world's flowering plants rely on pollinators like bees to reproduce. Then consider the foods that you enjoy daily: apples, almonds, strawberries, and so much more. Bees play a critical role in the cultivation of these fruits and nuts. Without bees, we wouldn't have these foods in the abundance that we currently enjoy. And it's not just fruits and nuts. Even the alfalfa and clover that feed livestock are pollinated by bees. Without their tireless work, our sources of meat and dairy products would also be in jeopardy. But the contribution of bees isn't limited to our food supply. They also play an essential role in maintaining and enhancing biodiversity. By pollinating a wide variety of plants, bees facilitate the growth of flora that provide habitat and food for other wildlife. Moreover, bees also contribute to our economy. The value of their pollination services is estimated to be in the billions. They are the silent workforce that keeps our agricultural systems functioning smoothly. So the next time you see a bee buzzing around your garden, remember, they are more than just honeymakers. They are the unsung heroes, the tireless workers, the guardians of biodiversity, and the backbone of our food system. Without bees, our plates would look significantly different, and not in a good way. Bees aren't just good for nature, they're good for our economy too. Now, that might sound a bit puzzling. How can these tiny insects contribute to the economy, right? Well, it's simple. Bees are like nature's little delivery service. As they move from flower to flower collecting nectar, they also spread pollen. This pollination is crucial for the growth of many of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts we eat. Without it, our food supply would look very different, and not in a good way. Consider this. The economic value of bees' pollination work is estimated to be in the billions. Yes, you heard right, billions. That's because bees help to cultivate crops that fuel industries from food and drink to textiles and even beauty products. They're little workers with a big impact. So the next time you see a bee, remember, it's a tiny economic engine buzzing around. Bees are biodiversity champions, playing a vital role in maintaining the health of our planet. You see, these tiny creatures are like the gardeners of the natural world. They are key players in pollination, the process that allows plants to reproduce. As they flit from flower to flower, collecting nectar for their hives, they carry pollen on their bodies. This pollen then fertilizes other plants, enabling them to produce fruit and seeds. By assisting in the reproduction of a wide array of plant species, bees are supporting diverse wildlife. These plants provide food and habitat for countless animals, from the smallest insects to the largest mammals. The more varied the plants, the more diverse the animals that rely on them, but the role of bees doesn't end there. They also help in creating habitats like meadows and forests, which are home to a myriad of creatures. So, bees aren't just making our world more colorful, they're making it more diverse too. However, these tiny warriors of our planet are facing some severe threats. As vital as bees are to our planet, their populations are currently under siege by a host of challenges that threaten their very existence. One of the most pressing issues bees face is habitat loss. Urbanization and intensive farming are rapidly eating away at the natural habitats that bees call home. These practices often lead to the destruction of wildflowers and other plants that bees rely on for food, leaving them with fewer resources to survive. But it's not just about the loss of flowers. Bees also need a variety of plants to maintain a balanced diet and good health. When we limit their habitats, we are essentially limiting their buffet, and that's not good for anyone. Then, we have the issue of pesticides. These chemicals, often used in agriculture to keep other pests at bay, pose a significant threat to bees. Exposure to certain pesticides can lead to a range of harmful effects, from immediate death to more subtle, long-term health impacts, such as impaired ability to reproduce or fight off diseases. Climate change, too, is a formidable foe for our buzzing friends. As temperatures continue to rise, bees are finding it increasingly difficult to survive. Changes in weather patterns can disrupt the timing of flower blooming, leaving bees with fewer food sources at the times they need them most. The plight of bees is a call to action for all of us. It's a reminder that every creature, no matter how small, plays a crucial role in the intricate web of life that sustains our planet. We need to take immediate actions to protect our bees, not just for their sake, but for the sake of our future. Remember, a world without bees isn't just a world without honey, it's a world without fruits, vegetables, and a healthy ecosystem. So, let's not take the buzzing of bees for granted. It's the sound of life flourishing on our planet. Let's do our part to ensure it continues to buzz for generations to come. Bees may be small, but the problems they face are big. However, there are ways you can help. Imagine a world buzzing with life where bees are thriving and not merely surviving. That's a world we can all contribute to, and here's how. Firstly, consider planting bee-friendly flora. Bees are attracted to diverse landscapes with a variety of plant species. They're particularly fond of native plants, wildflowers, and old-fashioned varieties of fruits and vegetables. You don't need a sprawling garden to do this. Even a few potted plants on a balcony or a window box can provide a valuable pit stop for these industrious creatures. Secondly, reducing pesticide use can significantly help bees. These chemicals often have unintended consequences, harming not just the pests they're intended to control, but beneficial insects like bees as well. If you must use pesticides, try to opt for organic or bee-friendly options, and apply them in the evening when bees are less active. Creating bee habitats is another way to support our striped friends. While honeybees live in hives, many of their cousins are solitary and nest in a variety of places. By leaving a patch of your garden wild with plenty of nooks and crannies or installing a bee hotel, you can provide a safe haven for these insects. By providing clean water for bees, you can also help them quench their thirst after a hard day's work. A shallow dish with a few stones for them to land on will do the trick. Just make sure to keep it clean and replenish it regularly. Finally, spread the word. The more people understand the importance of bees and the challenges they face, the more they can do to help. Share your knowledge with friends, family, and your community. Encourage them to make their gardens more bee-friendly and to reduce their pesticide use. Every small action counts. Together, we can make a world of difference for our bees. Bees might be small, but their importance to our planet is enormous. Their role in biodiversity, economy, and our very survival cannot be overstated. Every share of this video is a step towards spreading awareness. Thank you for watching. Keep buzzing, and remember to share this video to spread the love for our bees.